What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel, and a quick update today on a game by the name of Space Punks, which recently came or became available in early access, and that basically allows you to purchase one of two founders packs on the Epic Store, which gives you access to the early access and lets you play the game both from a single player perspective, but also co-op with other players, people that are also in the early access. Now, this is a game that I've kind of been keeping my eye on, and I do know that some of my viewers are also interested in this, so I thought that we could just quickly sort of cover it after me spending about 3 to 4 hours with this early access portion already, and kind of like, starting to wrap my head around what this game is all about, and essentially, I think what we can expect, down the line. Now, first of all, this is very much a twin stick shooter kind of vibe, very akin to something like The Ascent, which is coming out later this month. And even though from a perspective and the way that you play the game, it kind of looks like something that's reminiscent of maybe Diablo, it is in actual fact not like that at all. And again, very much more an emphasis on the twin stick shooter kind of genre, and therefore the major differences I would say here would be the fact that this is not so much a looter shooter or a looter hack 'em up, as I've mentioned, like a game like Outriders, a game like Diablo, and that the majority of your items that your character can equip are actually going to be coming from skill rewards or quest rewards which you get within the game, and not so much from dropping from enemies themselves, which actually does happen every once in a while, but this is very seldom, and mostly, as I've mentioned, your rewards come from completing certain missions. Now, let's look at the loop itself. So there's this open area which you can zone into, where you're able to interact with quest givers, and essentially with the ability to upgrade your talent trees, your skills trees, everything like that. You're able to check your armory and swap out gear pieces that you have picked up. This can range from your ranged weapon, your melee weapon, your shield, and basically your armor. And this is very much a work in progress. As you can see, that they're still busy adding some functionality to this, and there'll probably be more pieces of gear and things like that that you can equip and sort of swap out in the future. But in essence, it looks like you'll always just have this one melee item, and that can either be a sword or daggers or a hammer or anything like that. And then you'll have the ranged weapon, and at least in my experience, what I found is you have chain guns, you have assault rifles, you have shotguns, so there's at least quite a bit of variety when it comes to that. Now, at the moment right now in early access, there's also 4 playable characters available with their own skills and abilities, and even though all of them, I mean, this is a twin stick shooter, they do kind of play a little bit different and suit different play styles, where if you want to sort of mix it up more in a melee range, or if you want to rather be like sticking out in a ranged area. But I haven't played with all 4. I've actually only tried 2 of the characters. But this brings me, without making this whole sort of thing take too long, it's far too early for me to do any kind of review of this game. But one thing that already kind of like concerns me is this game seems to have some kind of unhealthy obsession with loot boxes. And what I mean by that is that everything within the game is gated behind what in essence looks to be like a season pass model. So as you complete missions, you get a currency from those missions, and your items from those missions have a power level which bump up your power level and give you more of this currency. And as you get that, it unlocks tiers within this pass of this sort of season pass, so to speak. And this gives you access to more loot boxes, which open up and randomly roll more items and roll more things that you can equip and so on. So it's kind of weird at the moment right now, because first of all, it comes off very random as to which items you can get, and it doesn't really seem, at very least for me right now, this can of course change once I spend more time with the game, but it kind of seems like you don't really have a way to really plan for what you're trying to get and what you're trying to build. Like if you go, look, I definitely want to build a character with a rocket launcher, or a character with a chain gun or something like that. If those items don't come out of the loot boxes for you, there's really no way for you to actually get that. Furthermore, because it's on this sort of season pass track, the game comes off incredibly grindy, which can be a good thing and a bad thing, depending on which way you look at it. I mean, there's too much of something is a bad thing. And so already right now, again, I'm only a couple of hours in, but it takes quite a bit to actually grind through the missions and basically accumulate the gear and start building up. But I have to say that the game has a certain flair about it. It's certainly very nice to look at. It's very punchy. The controls are quite responsive. I like the effects that come off the guns and everything like that. So I'm actually enjoying this quite a bit, and I don't mind the grind right now. But that, of course, all depends on as we sort of go deeper down into the season model and basically see what comes from that. So keep your eyes peeled on the channel. There'll be more sort of comments coming from that side. But definitely, this is in early access at the moment right now, with the developer mentioning that you have, at the moment right now, access to 2 planets. So there's more planets coming, there's more skills for the characters coming, there's more abilities for the characters coming, there's more different items for the characters coming. So just more still coming. But I think at the moment right now, with so many other games that are sort of just looming and about to come out, this has maybe gone into early access in a strange time, and I'm scared that a lot of people are sort of just going to pass this by because of a lot of the other games which are coming out in July, which are actually full releases and releasing with all of their features. But I do want to say, keep an eye on the channel. I will be monitoring this, I will be playing this, and I'll be bringing news about this to the channel. And also go ahead and join the Discord in the description below if you have any questions about this before you shell out the money for either one of these 2 founder packs to get access to the game. If you don't do that, there's no way for you to currently play this right now, and you can simply just wait until it actually reaches its full release. One last thing I want to mention is at the moment right now, this game has a 1-year exclusivity with the Epic Store. So if that's a deal breaker for you, then that's unfortunately also something to bear in mind, because that is the only place that you can get the game at the moment. That's it. I didn't want to go too much detail about this. I didn't want to waste too much of your time because, as I said, I've only spent a few hours with this, and it's far too early to create a final view on this or anything remotely resembling a review. But I will keep you updated and I'll check it out. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments down below if this is a game that interests you, or if you're going to cautiously just sort of wait and see how it develops. I'd be interested to know what your opinion is. Other than that, have a fantastic afternoon, morning, and evening wherever you are. And until next video, fucking cheers.
They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me.